Brock here. What's up, folks? Welcome to Life with Brock.
If you like my content, make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell, players. Thanks for joining us. See you on the next one.
Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome to Life with Brock. If you end up liking the content, consider giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with a nerd friend. Let's go. Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome to This Week in Customs. I am your host, Brock. This is the show where I go to the world of Instagram, custom action figures, and showcase them to you. And at the end of the show, where you vote on your favorite on the fan vote. Last week, congratulations to Markai Lab Creations once again taking the fan vote for his Venomized Weapon H. The details, the amount of sculpting on this action figure is par for the course for what this artist does on a weekly basis. He never ceases to impress. Phenomenal skills, dude. Thank you so much for being a part of This Week in Customs, and congratulations. Thanks to all the fans who voted. By the way, we have another vote going on for the first half of the year, This Week in Customs winner. I released a video earlier this week denoting, the rules and what's happening there. So make sure you look at that if you haven't done so already and get in on the vote. All right. So, dude, I got to get started with this thing right now. Let's get going on the show. I have so many customs. It's going to be a long show, but I have a lot of customs to show to you. Holy cow, all the way through, there's some dynamic customs. But first, you already saw the beginning of the show. Guys, I don't rap. That's as close to a rap as I'm ever going to get. Kilo Echo Arts, again, bro, thank you so much. First of all, for that awesome, can I call it a painting or drawing? It's more like a drawing. That is now the logo, and he created a character I wasn't even planning, Captain Brock. Man, that's awesome. And he sent me this cool action figure based on his artwork. He knew I liked Captain America. He's my favorite superhero, and he's into superhero, man. Come on, man. Such a cool gift. I appreciate it so much. By the way, guys, I will be rolling out some merch here pretty soon. The channel, I've been wanting to do some merch on the channel, and well, we'll see. You're just gonna have to wait. Maybe another week or so, I'll have something to share with you. But again, thank you so much to Kilo Echo Arts. Love the custom action figure, Captain Brock, the new mascot of Life with Brock. All right, Killer Custom by Korriban Customs. If you're familiar with this artist, this dude puts out crazy good work. He does his own soft goods. He does his own sculpting. He does his own kit bashing, his paint. He does everything. And right now, this right here is one of the absolute best Red Sun Supermans at 1/12 scale that I've seen. I think it looks better than some of the Mezco ones I've seen. This is it. That emblem, you nailed it. The paint, so crispy. That head, beautiful. I'm going to have to calm myself down because there's going to be more customs like this throughout the show. I'm going to have a heart attack if I don't slow down. I am an old man, I got to slow it down. You know what I'm saying? All right. Toy Wally. I think this may be the first custom he submitted to This Week in Customs. I'm not sure. Was it him that submitted or somebody else used the hashtag? By the way, if you want to put your custom or you want to enter your custom into the pool that I select on Fridays, actually Thursday night is the cutoff date, players. But anyways, hit hashtag This Week in Customs. It'll get you into the pool. This Batman right here, off the hook. I'm not a huge fan of Mezco, but I think this looks so well done. The tailoring on here, fantastic. I think it's a good custom action figure. You have to have some sewing skills to get this done, and obviously Toy Wally does. Beautiful Batman. And speaking of beautiful figures, Super Tom's Customs, absolutely killing it with this Taskmaster. I think this is the best looking costume for Taskmaster, and I think he's executed it extremely well. It looks like he's got some, he may have some of the old Toy Biz parts. And I know that's a cape and hood from C. Jessam. I think I'm pronouncing that a soft good artist's work, but it's absolutely beautiful. What a great looking figure. Crispy paints, beautiful soft goods, excellent selection of parts. By the way, Super Tom's Customs, he started pretty much a collective, the Figure Collective, for and by custom action figure experts that create products. So if you're interested, go hit up this page, see what they're producing there. You may be an artist that you may have something to be a part of the collective. Hit him up. He'll let you know what is the hups with that. Oh my gosh, man. Mike Della Paz, Phoenix Force Creations. Crazy, ridiculous action figure right here. Beautiful, beautiful action figure. And I just remembered I forgot to include another one of his. Oh well, maybe next week. He did this Wolverine in 3 3/4 scale. That's amazing. But anyways, let's get to the Storm. Here he's showing you how he goes about doing his work. He does his own soft goods as well. He's obviously doing the sculpting and the painting. He paints by hand. This is what the figure started off with, a very good Hasbro product. And he just soups it up. He adds that hair, he adds his own cloth goods to it. And magnificence, I think, is a good word for this figure. He's obviously repainted to give it a little bit more of a silvery look to that white body. He's painted the face. Pay attention to the details of the face here. It is unbelievable the depth of character that you can give an action figure when you add paint to the base body. And that hair is absolutely ridiculous. Mike does a fantastic job. He's a customizer from the Philippines. The Philippine customizer. The Filipinos, man, killing it. And Chimera Concepts Customs killing it right here with one of my favorite characters of all time. That was a misspeak right there. Old Man Hawkeye is one of the best comics. It was a maxi series that was released, I believe it was last year. I can't wait until it comes out in book form. But he's done a Mezco style. Look at all the stuff that he's added to this thing, and he's nailed the look of Old Man Hawkeye. Also, Old Man Bullseye is on there. I did a custom with that one. I just absolutely love all the characters, the writing, the art's unbelievable. Just like this custom action figure, all the soft goods were so appropriate for this. So if you're into Mezco and you want an Old Man Hawkeye, this is good inspiration. Love the glasses that you used for this guy right there. Did you make those or did you get it off of somebody? And man, I'm just so impressed with some of these customizers, like Symbiote Seeker here, for example, that he is able from scratch to sculpt that entire head. That used to be putty, green stuff putty, that he's completely converted. When I first saw this, I thought he had used the first appearance Hulk head and modified it. But dude, no, this is some serious skills. And what you're not able to appreciate on here is the paint. If you go to this channel, and you've heard me talk about this dude before, he's got a YouTube channel, and he shows his progress there in 4K. He likes to make a big deal out of that. But I agree, you need to go see this in 4K because the detail in that face, the painting of the eyes is so on the money. I can't tell you. I know I'm gushing over it because I'm serious. This is some serious skill right there. If you've been reading The Immortal Hulk, Mark I Lab Creations has done he did that Hulk, that amazing, well, this thing's right there, the Devil Hulk. That head is literally jumping off the page. It's so close to the art. I can't tell you, man. If you haven't read the comic, by the way, you should be at least 18, man. That's some scary stuff right there. So you're kids, parent permission only, okay, to read that comic. All right, moving on. Nelaya Christine Sanchez. She's one of my favorite up-and-coming artists. I wasn't familiar with her work until maybe a few months ago. And she puts out absolutely beautiful, I think she may be Filipino, I don't know. I'm sorry if you're not, but I think you may be. Look at that head. This is one of the prettiest action figures for this character that I've seen, my goodness, it's just a great job of sculpting. I don't even know what parts you've used there, but I think this character, you've nailed the look of this character, Farrell. Now Farrell could be a little bit on the uglier side, depending on who was drawing her. But man, great job on the details, super job on the paints and the sculpting. I think in just a couple of years, you're going to be one of the top Filipino artists. That is if you're Filipino, and I may be just killing that. But anyways, let's move on. It's vintage. All right, I'm going to spend a lot of time on this custom action figure. It's vintage. He puts out a ton of, I don't know how he does it. Maybe this is what he does for a living. I don't know. Beautiful, beautiful job on this. Great representation of the character. He's got that old school mask. But I want to show you all these photographs of the custom, and I want you to pay attention to the details. And then we're gonna look at some work in progress pics, and your jaw's gonna drop of how he was able to achieve this. Just pretty smart and out of the box thinking that I love to see. By the way, I love how those what are those, the hoses? Where'd you get those hoses from? It's like money, dude. So money. Oh, this custom's so money in so many different ways. And the reason is, when you go back and you see what this guy has done to achieve the look, which is fantastic. All right, here we go. So what this guy ends up doing is he cuts was it a ping pong ball in half? Yeah, it was. And he squeezed it, and then he used glue, the hot glue around that to achieve the head so that he could sculpt around it. So that's how he was able to get that shape. So he's manufacturing this head himself too. Okay, come on, guys. Come on, man. That's so ridiculous. I love seeing the process where an artist goes from scratch and goes all the way through. And I think that this is such a great custom, because not only did he do something unique, no one is going to have this custom other than him. The head, unless he reproduces that head for whatever reason, I'm not sure if he's going to want to. But if that's it. That's the only head that's in existence that looks exactly like that, and I absolutely love it. You can see it actually will go over the head of the action figure, which the Black Manta that came out doesn't do that. A couple Black Mantas, I don't believe they did that, though. At least the one that I have does not do that. And I think, man, I think this is so cool. Great job. Thank you for sharing. All right, moving on to Brimstone's Ghost. He's got a couple customs here. I think he absolutely killed it. I gotta tell you, out of those, I love the Black Cat. Black Cat, I'm not familiar with the other character, but Black Cat right there is so absolute money. Mezco style again. If I keep on seeing these guys doing Mezco style figures, that I end up, oh my gosh, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but man, that is a fantastic looking Black Cat. And here's one of the things that I appreciate about him. He will show you how to do it yourself. Go to his page, and he will show you the steps that he's taken to get that bodysuit. So go and follow him there, and at least you'll get an idea for how he's doing it. This is going to be the second one. I don't even know what's her name. Satana. Yeah. So there you have it. Some of these artists will put out instructionals, but hey, I just got to say something for the rest of the community that does tutorials. Please don't bother these folks. Especially if it's stuff that you can go and find out on your own. If you can go to YouTube, YouTube has a ton of basic action figure customizing stuff. If you go to my page, I have a whole playlist. Go and study that. Once you get stuck on a problem that you can't find when you've put in the work, then maybe reach out to a customizer and ask. But we all get, a lot of us that are on Instagram and on YouTube, we all get inundated with questions that are very basic that could be easily found out. I recently saw something that Christina Conan put out about hair, and she'll show occasionally how she works on her hair, but she's right. She put out, there's a ton of videos on hair, on how to sculpt faces, noses, ears, everything out there on YouTube. YouTube has everything, man. Go there first, then reach out to the customizers. All right, I'm off the what do you call it? The high horse, not the high horse. When you soapbox. I'm off. Doro Monstacado. We've been following this custom now. That hair again, beautiful job of sculpting that hair. You can go back and see how he was getting that done. Absolutely gorgeous. Works so well on this action figure. And I bet you she's way more posable than the hair that she originally came with. Here's another one of his customs, is Domino. Beautiful job. Absolutely love it. Great job on the face, hair. Everything looks fantastic on these customs. Magnificent. All right. We get artists on This Week in Customs from all over the world. I love it. This is an artist from the Netherlands, Mauro Raptor 86. This is going to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know how much I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not? But it's a good looking figure. He did a great job. It's the IDW. If you're reading those comics, you'll be familiar with the character. This is not going to be the cartoon version. This is going to be the comic version of the figure. I think it looks pretty darn good. I haven't read the comic though, so I don't know how accurate to the comic. So those of you that are fans of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will know. Thank you for joining us from all the world, across the world, in Netherlands. Come on, man. How awesome is that? All right, let's take a look at this movie, Deadpool from Customs of Champions. Thinking outside the box, he used an Ant-Man and a cheap Deadpool figure off of eBay. It may have been a KO, I'm not sure, but he obviously was able to get all the armaments, etc. And I think he did a great job in accomplishing the movie look of Deadpool. Great. Thank you for submitting your custom to This Week in Customs. By the way, if you're just joining us, hashtag This Week in Customs your videos and photographs on Instagram, and it'll put you in the pool for me to take a look at and add you to the show. Custom Jobbers, one of my favorite characters right here, the Red Hood. He's got a masked and an unmasked version. Really love the look of that unmasked Jason Todd head. I think I've said this so many different times before. That head, I need to get that head because I'm working on a Red Hood too. Who isn't? If you're, come on, if you're a customer, this is like a Red Hood is like a Deadpool. You need to try it at least once if you're a customizer. Such an easy figure to do, right? I'm not saying that his job, because he's got some sculpting. He's got a lot of stuff going on in this figure, but it's really, if you look at some of the kit bashes people have done, the painting, there's not too many colors, as you can see there. Not too many details, maybe the emblem on the chest, and the rest of the stuff you can just part out. So if you're a new customizer, give this a shot, dude. Great job, by the way. All right, here's a new customizer and a new character I wasn't familiar with. I guess this is like a 90s anime from Canada. Hexadecimal, never heard of them. So if we have any Canadians that watch the show, you would probably recognize who this is. Never seen the show. I would imagine if it's in the 90s, it was most likely appropriate. But there you have it. I think he's nailed the look, at least from those photographs. I like it. Good job. Thank you for submitting your custom. SCR Picks always does these fantastic shots. He's always showing off these new, these new, what do you call these things? Just had a brain fart, guys. Just had a brain fart here. These troopers that he customizes, and then he takes these amazing pictures with. Absolutely love it. Not familiar with who this is, Commander Ganch. I'm sure that the Star Wars nerds will know exactly what it is. It looks pretty cool. I like the pauldron. That's definitely different than some of the pauldrons I've seen. So maybe he's, he's a commander. Maybe that's why. All right, cool look for that trooper. Nalaya Christine again with another custom. Now the Firestar here, I remember this character from was it Spidey and Friends, or I can't remember exactly the name of the show. It was something like that. It was Spider-Man, Iceman, and Firestar here. Why hasn't she been in the comics? I never see her in the comics. And, when I saw this one, I go, that's Firestar, all right? So, very nice job. Dig it. I'm wondering what was the base body. A lot of the customizers that have done this figure use Hellcat because it's got a yellow base body. And, yeah. All right, new customizer again to me. This is going to be a 12-inch Neo figure, and what he's done, again, thinking outside the box. He knows that, there you go, the figure on the left and this head, or at least parts of this head, came with a figure on the left or similar figure that was put out, I think in the late 90s by N2 Toys. So what he did, he updated the articulation. I'm not sure what base body he used. He may be using one of those Marvel Legends. I don't know. He doesn't say, or maybe he said and I missed it. But he takes the soft goods. He added like a wire to make the hood or the coat posable. He used some styrene to make buckles, and he's got a pretty cool action figure right there. And obviously he likes the bigger action figures, which is cool. To each his own. And there you can see where he took that head and sculpted that hair and repainted that face, looking really good. It's a nice looking action figure. Notice he doesn't want to spend the $250, $300 for Hot Toys, and this one ended up costing him about 70 bucks. So, dude, great job. Destroy All Cosplay, new customizer, at least to me. There's going to be several of his customs on here. I had to cut some out, but they're all amazing. Now, check out, again, the theme of this episode is the Filipino customizers and thinking outside the box. By the way, I'm not sure if Destroy All Cosplay is Filipino. That's not what I meant. But if you saw it from the beginning, you know what I'm talking. Anyways, moving on. He uses so many cool parts right here. He's using Toy Biz Colossus for the shoulder pads or that armament on up on top. 3D printed that head. He used some of the clear scroll arms. And what else did he use? Cottonmouth. And yeah, that's it. Those are all the different parts. That's a 3D printed head. And if you think this custom's impressive, just wait till you see some of these other ones that I got on here, guys. Just stand by. It's so ridiculous. All right, moving on. Ibrahim, another new customizer to me. He's got the crew here from Mission Impossible. He's actually still working on it. When Benji back there still needs arms. But man, this is a great look. I don't have the action figures. So I don't know how much of customizing he did. It looks like he may have done some of the stuff to the arms. If these are NECA, I don't have them. So you guys will know if you have these figures what he did. And the people that are following him, obviously, I mean, first of all, it looks awesome. But the people that are following him can tell that he's done a custom action figure. All right, here's our second Taskmaster. I love this uniform. Again, I think he did a great job. Charles Chop Shop, one of my favorite customizers. Man, I need to bump up my Taskmaster, because here's the thing: when I see a Taskmaster like this, and I think in a couple previous weeks I saw Symbiote Secret also did one in this style. Absolutely love something about the color scheme, the skull look. I think part of the reason I like the character Taskmaster, if you look at that face right there, what does that remind you of? If you're an 80s kid, you know exactly who that is. That's Skeletor right there, man. Come on. And I just love the Taskmaster, his abilities. Great job on that custom. I know it was just an update for you. Oh boy, Double Thwip. Dude, always killing it with the custom action figures. Does a lot of sculpting. I love the way he takes pictures too. So clear, so easy to see what he's done on his work. And this is a Wolverine that has I guess he has more protection, I guess, other than, you know, his mutant healing factor. But boy, just absolutely love the look of that. I guess you can never have too many Wolverines in your collection, am I right? Yeah, beautiful job, as always. Another beautiful job. This is completely different. This one actually kind of surprised me when I saw who it was. The Hot as Fuzz Customs has been doing the Swamp Things and Swamp Thing characters for so long that people forget he could do other things. I guess he's not a one-trick pony, players. Check this out. Oh my gosh. This, of course, is Wonder Woman with her, well, this is going to be an updated costume. I'm not sure if it's from the New 52 or if this is her new costume in the current comic. I don't know. You can obviously see he's done some sculpting right there. Very nice looking. Great job on the eyes, dude. Very just sick work. Nice posable action figure. We need McFarlane to come out big. And hopefully he's going to be in the 1/12 scale. Yeah, man, great job on this Wonder Woman. And Gina's pretty darn good too, dude. Man, he's not a one-trick pony. This was surprising to me. Great job on those eyes, dude. Just looks fantastic. This whole figure looks great all the way around. Oh, actually, he wrote animated duds. So this is animated Wonder Woman. That makes sense. Great design for Wonder Woman. Completely agree. All right, Johnny Walker custom with one of my favorite characters, Rex here, Old Man Rex. This head was designed by, I have this one, Two Sun Customs. So they've changed their name several times. I forget what they used to be. But yeah, that's the animated Rex. And if you haven't seen Clone Wars, you're missing out, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Great job. All right, 1/6 custom scale desde Bogota, RL Custom. Dude, come on, man. Awesome looking Juggernaut. Also appreciate you submitting your custom to This Week in Customs, even though I've typically showcased the 1/12 scale. But when we have something so cool, so many different things that you've done here to this figure, impressive skills. Great job on the paints. Looks great. It looks like he's done some other 1/6 scale custom action figures. Yeah, man, great job. Mucho gusto, muchas gracias por submitir su personaje customizado. I think that's how you say customized character in Spanish. Brimstone's Ghost, again, this customizer does some killer work, man. And check out that cape. Oh my gosh, man, just fantastic. Now, pretty neat idea to get this effect. Great job. It's going to get the job done extremely well. Absolutely love that look. Obviously, that's an MCU character. I love the MCU movies. Don't typically love the MCU characters in figure form, but I do love this one, man. It looks fantastic. That magnetic effect. Great use of magnets. Great use of parts. Thinking outside the box is a theme. Bargain Bin Customs with this. Who is this? I don't know who it is, the Phantasm, but it looks spectacular. This one should have made it into last week's This Week in Customs, but I inadvertently missed it. And yeah, I love the soft goods. There's people that are not gonna love soft goods, but man, I think this works. I think the figures that I'm showing in today's episode, really good job. And there's the Phantasm. Really good job, Mezco style. I dig it. Let me get through all these photographs so I don't miss something like a work in progress. So there you go. That's what's underneath there. A lot of different body parts. He's using the old Taskmaster. Taskmaster making his third appearance. Okay, all right. Stand by, guys. This is ridiculous custom. So ridiculous. Destroy All Cosplay. I told you I was going to have a couple other things from this page. I could have had way more than I have. This is phenomenal. He made this fantastic. This is a 1/12 scale Fantastic Four cart with LED lights. This Fantastic car is so absolutely good. He 3D modeled and printed the seats, the emblems, and the thrusters. He's got, look at all the detail inside the car. Are you reproducing these? Or is this just a one-off? My gosh. It's absolutely gorgeous. And of course, that's going to be for, Flame On Dude. Yeah, great job, man. It just looks so good. Perfect. Yeah, great job. Man, I don't know. I don't have the ability to do something like that. First of all, the 3D, you're limiting the pool of customizers that have that ability to design in 3D and print it. But he absolutely killed it with this custom. It's just phenomenal. I absolutely love it. Love the fact that he added LED lights. Fantastic Four fans, who would not want one of these in their collection? Come on. All right, Markai Lab Creations. I mean, you have to realize when you get an artist that's used to just doing crazy stuff all the time, and then he puts out a custom that doesn't seem as crazy as his other ones, you kind of miss like the awe factor of it, right? But man, this is such a good custom. But some of the stuff that he's been doing, you know, with that Hulk breaking apart, and then the last one, the Weapon H, then you may, you know, but look at that. That's a sculpted head. He's got so many details. Obviously, he's using the Marvel Select Abomination figure, which is a pretty cool figure, but it's a brick. But man, what a good look for A-Bomb, an amalgamation, as what he likes to call it. Stigma Custom Collectibles, Star Wars fan. This is the Bespin Luke. Excuse me, a Yavin Luke. Come on, man. Great job. Love the jacket. I just like the look of this. I don't even know what parts you used. I can't tell. I haven't been into Star Wars in a bit. It's been a minute since I've messed around with Star Wars figures, but I know when I look at a nice custom, and that is one for sure. Great job on it. Sloth Fu coming up with a Venom pool. This is a great idea to use this Monster Venom, because that Monster Venom body just lends itself for so many different characters, right? Big characters. I think he nails the look of Venom pool. Who wouldn't be happy to have one of those in their collection? Come on, man. It's just, I've never even read a comic with Venom pool in it, but it just looks like a cool character. It's Deadpool, you know? Oh, look, he's got a Venomized, well, is that going to be Devil Dinosaur? Who's it going to be? And we're pausing because my internet was slow. Now moving on to Aero Custom Figures, G.I. Joe. Here we go. What a great Storm Shadow, looking good. Is that soft good? It's hard to tell with the texture of that top. No, I think that's going to be the rubberized plastic or whatever. Yeah, that's a good looking Storm Shadow for sure. For those G.I. Joe fans, I definitely enjoy showing the G.I. Joe customs. D2 Customs with a Dr. Cecilia Reyes. This may be the first Cecilia Reyes that I have seen, and I think he stayed true to the character. Design looks really nice. Good job on your paints. And that hair, man. Wow. That does not look easy. There's so much detail on that hair. Is that sculpt, or did you use, for the cornrows, did you use like it almost looks like you used rope of some sort, but man, if you sculpted that, my jaw is dropped right now. I don't know what it is. Regardless, it looks fantastic. Garrett Customs, Doctor Doom. I think his Doctor Doom looks really good. It's a little bit different from the classic design, but it has a lot of the same components. Love this messed up face that you have for Doctor Doom. Dig all the different hands that you used. Let's see if we can get a good shot of him. I think that belt, did you manufacture that belt, or did that come from the Toy Biz figure? I don't know. I like the fact you're using some of the sackcloth for it. I think it's a good look for Doctor Doom. We'll see what Hasbro releases here in the next several months. Maybe that we will be very happy with that Doctor Doom. Bride Weevil here with his own custom. This is something that came out of the machinations of his head. It's the slasher villain called the Mechanic, and he has mechanic clothes. Another theme, we got Mesco style customs coming up with all these soft goods. I like it. I'm not sure if it's completely done. I'm not sure if he's gonna change that head, because that's the exact same head that came with gosh, is it Bone Crusher? No, what is it? Is it Bone Crusher? I can't remember this guy's name. But anyways, the guy that came out recently, but it's a good look. I dig it. All right, more G.I. Joe customs coming up. This is going to be, what was this guy's name? Gung Ho, that's right. Gung Ho, I think you nailed the look. Pretty good. I think you did a little sculpt. Did you paint that mustache on? I'm always curious how people do mustaches. Is this painted on or is it sculpted on? Hard to tell. But there's all his custom Joes that he's done. Yeah, man, that's pretty cool. I can't believe Hasbro hasn't released a 6-inch Joe line yet. James Roseborough, he's been doing like a bunch of repaints. I think the body looks really good. You took a chance because that's a fantastic figure, but I think you made him look pretty nice here, and I like that head for the Hulk. I think that may be the Toy Biz that he's added hair to, but I'm not sure. Did he put it on here? I'm not sure. It looks like a Toy Biz head, but I can't put which Hulk it is. It looks like he's definitely added hair to him, and I like the repaint, man. Good job. DH Custom Figures, one of my favorite movies of all time. I can't tell you how many times I've seen Gladiator, but he talks about how he manufactured those soft goods. It's pretty close to what Maximus was wearing in the movie, but he says he's never going to work with soft goods again. He had a difficult time, but you persevered, and that does look like Russell Crowe. Oh, and that's the figure that he's using as the base. All right, pretty cool, man. Thanks for sharing. Customs by Machu. He's updated the articulation on these figures, at least on the two on the right. And why does this Nick Fury look like Marlon Wayans? He looks like one of the Wayans brothers. Is that the head that you're using in there? Or is this one of the original Nick Fury heads that came out before they started using Samuel Jackson's head sculpt? Come on, man. I'm seeing in living color right there. Maria Hill looking pretty good. And then he used Maria Hill's body for Agent 13. Nice job, custom by Machu. All right, Rad Tech Creations. We're going to start with some repaints. Getting close to the end of the show. He used Molotov liquid marker. Those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that I had a terrible time with it. I asked him if the paint has cured yet. I haven't gotten a response back yet, but they definitely look good. It is a standout paint, but what I've struggled with is getting it to cure and not leave, thumbprints, etc. I may have added too much. I don't know. I may have prepped it wrong. I really don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I would love to be able to use Molotov liquid. We'll see if his paint job holds up. Wenzilla, he repainted the most recent Iron Man release. I like that candy red, and it looks like he tried to do that arc reactor in the chest too. Weapon X Customs, look at man, such a huge difference. You start out with that terrible looking figure on the left, and then you have awesomeness on the right. Great job. Look at the depth that the paint creates. You can appreciate all the details. I think it's a stellar paint job. Did a really good job. From that to that, wow, big time. All right, Destroy All Cosplay. Here's what I'm talking about. Now this is something completely different. Walt Disney head, all right, in a cryo dispenser. Manufactured everything. He 3D printed that head. He created that container using planners, clocks, cake pans, and an aquarium. Thinking outside the box, absolutely love it. If you're a Disney fan, are you telling me, come on, man? That's a unique piece. That's super, super unique. I wonder if Disney would ever want to do something like that and sell it at their parks for $1 bajillion. Fantastic job, man. Thank you for sharing. Shadow Spartan. Those of you that played Halo, you'll definitely recognize the design of this. I never did. It was past my video gaming time, before I became a nerd again. But here's a Spartan, I think they're calling it. It's a unique Spartan 113 Nicole. And I like the design. I like the arm that you're using there. It works really well. Let me see a couple other shots. Here's a shot in the back, so the Halo fans can appreciate that custom action figure. All right, this is pretty cool. To tell you why, because the artist is 7 years old. He's still in elementary school, and I don't know where he got his inspiration for this. I can't imagine he's reading Venom comic books, Mom, but maybe he is. I don't know. But Dino Designs, this looks a lot like Dino Designs. By the way, Dino Designs, he's up for vote for the first half of the year winner for This Week in Custom. So that's the video I was referring to earlier. I don't know. Did your son, was he inspired by Dino Designs? I see the similarities. Great job in working on a custom action figure. He's been a fan of the show. He's a fan of a lot of the customizers that I show on here. He's obviously a nerd like the rest of us. Good job, buddy. Keep up the work, and the more you work on these, make sure you're looking at how all these other customizers are developing their customs. Add some skills to your belt, some tools to your belt, and in no time, you're gonna be one of the featured artists. I'm sure if this show goes on for a few years, you'll be on it in the future. Thank you for sharing. Thanks for pointing that out, Mom. I did miss that one the first go around. Here's another person that's submitting their first custom ever, is their first attempt to a Marvel Legend. Make sure when you're putting your customs in, if you put something like that, and especially if you're new, I'll be more likely to show you because show your work, because I think it's great. You're giving it a go. It looks like you're using Doc Ock body. I'm not familiar with the Toadman. Should I be? It looks like a pretty cool design for a character. It looks like you did some dry brushing right there. And did you make that head yourself? It looks like you may have made that head yourself. There you go. It was a Doc Ock, and you did make that head yourself. First time sculpting. And there's where the characters are from. So that's the design of the character. I think you got it. Good job. Here's another customizer. This is, I think he said it was his third try at a custom, and I think this came out really nice. When I saw this, I go, Donna Troy. So that's exactly Custom Kavanaugh was trying to go for, and I think you nailed her look. Stars came out pretty nice. I think that was a good use of that head for Donna Troy. I like that shield and sword. I'm not sure where they're from, but I think this looks, I think you nailed the character design, which is very important when you're doing customs. Ninja Toys from San Pedro Cortes, Honduras. Another out of the country customizer. He's in Spanish. He's talking in Spanish here. He's essentially telling you that what parts he used. In the future, por favor, usa un poquito más de luz al frente aquí para que se pueda apreciar su creación, que te quedó bastante bien. Good job. This is a Snowtrooper. He uses a Snowtrooper body. He used Kylo Ren's cape and Boba Fett's head, and he's creating his own Mandalorian figure, which looks pretty good. I also told him to use a little bit of light on the front, you know what I'm saying, so we can appreciate. All right, a lot of people are doing this. How do you say this? Jet Eyes Toy Room. As you can see, the left, or to our left, Colossus's right arm is the standard arm that the Marvel Legends came with. The one on our right, his left, is going to be the one from the Select body. And as you can see, the complaint was that the forearm was too thick and this wrist thing came out too thick and his hands looked too small. That's a reasonable complaint. Marvel Select did it better. So what he did there was just took the arms from the biceps down from the Marvel Select and added it to this figure. I think he also added the feet. People were complaining that, I think they saw Anthony's Customs, who's a pretty popular YouTuber customizer, and he pointed out some anatomical problems that this figure has. Symbiote Seeker addressed it on his channel too, about being careful to try to customize the figure because it's a lot harder than you think. It's not an easy part swap, except that I think this may be a better way to go. I think this is a much easier way of souping up your action figure than the way that Anthony's Customs was describing, because it takes a lot more customization the way he was suggesting. Now, moving on to another, people gave Hasbro such a hard time. Instead of saying, "Oh, it's a terrible looking action figure," which is I'm not in love with it. However, I think what you've done here with the legs, did a great job on the paint job too. This looks good. If Hasbro would have put this out, I would have been, okay, that's cool. I just don't like this uniform over his other uniform. But man, what legs did you use? I don't know if you put which one you did, but you guys may want to ask them, or you may want to put it on your page. That way when people see it, they're gonna, oh man, I want to do that. Good job on painting. Hoi ho yo, hoi huyo, hoi huyo. I thought this is so funny. He's showing off his custom Colossus, and he says he's still waiting for his 2-pack Colossus. Get it? You get it? All right. I had to add that in there. I couldn't help myself. All right, some work in progresses, and we're going to end the show, this long show. I told you there was going to be awesome customs all the way through. Chimera Concept Customs, one of the premier customizers in the game right now, working on a Scarecrow. Dude, that looks awesome already. A work in progress head. You can tell that's going to be an awesome, awesome custom. Wondering if you're going to keep it Mezco style. Most likely you were. That's your style. And he's probably my favorite one that does Mezco style customs. Uridvana with some work in progress shots, some cool sculpting of the face and hair and the excellent body. This is going to be a really cool custom. And then, if you guys are reading the new X-Men book, which I have, you know Professor X has this look. I'm not going to give you any spoilers because it's a book you're going to want to read if you're an X-Men fan. You'd absolutely killed that head, man. You nailed that head so well. In fact, that you may want to think about reproducing that or talking to somebody to reproduce that for you, because that is money. Great job. Can't wait to see that. And then I'm not familiar with Mogan's character here, Bardock Uzaru, but I already like it. Where's he from? Oh, is it Dragon Ball? I don't know. He says he likes Marvel Legends, DC, Star Wars, video games, anime, etc. So I don't know where this character's from, but that looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like the sculpting. Yeah, man, I can't wait to see this finished. And speaking of waiting to see things finished, dude, Morkai Lab Creations. That's what I'm talking about. Like he's so out of the box, like very unique style. When you see a custom, you absolutely can tell it's his. Yeah, that's crazy, crazy good. This is going to be a humongous beast of a figure. Can't wait to see it. People obviously love this customizer style and what he's able to do. Very popular customizer on This Week in Customs. Weapon X Customs. This is going to be very interesting. This is a very rough. He still has a lot more work to do on that, but that's looking mighty, mighty good. And I have to show this off. What Action Figure Engineer here is, he's taken the game to a whole different level. He's completely changed the articulation here from an ab crunch to a diaphragm. But even crazier is, he's added all these joints, so he's going to be able to cast this and reproduce his own bodies for customs. I think that's pretty amazing. That way he's got blank butts of, Sunfire body, which is great, but he's completely changed the way this thing articulates. And I'm going to let this run all the way through so you can see how far every single part he's going to be able to manufacture, man. Great idea. And a good way to have articulation that you want to use on your custom action figures. And yeah, fantastic. Great job. All right, we are at the end of the show, and I wanted to make a quick announcement to help Weapon X Customs here. He's running a giveaway of a free custom action figure. How many times do you hear those words? Free custom action figures. Go to his page and check it out. It's pretty easy to enter. There you have it. Please, guys, don't forget to vote for the custom the first half of the year. I'm running that episode, or I'm running that contest. And now, oh my gosh, this may be the longest episode ever. Are you still here? I don't know if you're still here, guys. But if you are, let's see the top 5 for this week. All right, let's get into it. And first, I want to say this is probably going to be a controversial week because this is a super long episode. Amazing customs all around. I just want to say ahead of time, of course, the top 5 that I'm picking is subjective to me. I'm going to try to give you the reasons of why I'm picking them. Of course, you're probably going to disagree with them. I'm pretty sure we could have substituted another 5 and we would have still been good, but people would have still been unhappy. That's just the way it works. But guess what? This Week in Customs is a Life with Brock production, and that's why I picked, starting with Phoenix Force Creation Storm. The reason I picked this one is because we have so many different things going on. Obviously, there's the sculpting of the hair, the repainting, the top-notch repainting of the face and body, and the production of all new soft goods. I also like the fact that Mike put his work in progress so we could, if we wanted to do something similar, that we would have an opportunity to at least give it an attempt. The next custom action figure is Symbiote Seeker. The reason that I picked this one is, first of all, he absolutely nailed the sculpt. The head sculpt is so impressive that he did it from, it's a scratch built. It is all his work and it's super impressive. Again, don't take my word for it that it's an amazing paint job. Go to his channel and look at the 4K images in video form so you can see how crazy the paint job is on this face, the inside mouth, the teeth, everything that he did, and he did it on his own. He did not have any help from anything other than his God-given creativity and his, obviously he's been an artist for a while to be able to produce that head, and that's why I picked this one. Number 2, Nalaya. So much sculpting on this figure. That hair is not easy to do. I think she nailed the ears. The paint job is absolutely beautiful. And I think that this character, this has been one of my favorite feral characters that I've seen. And this artist keeps on improving. Every single time that I see her put out work, it keeps on getting better and better and better. She nailed the look of this character from top to bottom, and that's why I ended up picking this one for the vote. It's vintage Black Manta. Obviously, if you saw the episode, you know that he produced that head itself. It is removable. He thought outside the box. Absolutely love this custom. Absolutely love the look of the head. He used a golf ball, for crying out loud, to design that. Who knew? Who knew? And that's why I ended up picking this one. It's a beautiful, awesome custom. And do I need to say more? That Destroy All Cosplay right here, and the final one that you get an opportunity to vote, has LED lights. There's no one else in existence that has this. He produced it. He 3D printed these seats, the details. I think he even used parts of cars, the trim, automotive trim. This thing looks beautiful. It looks professionally done, and obviously he's some sort of industry that is doing professionally. Nails the bottom of the car. Absolutely love the look of that. By the way, look at that. He changed up the thing head on that. Just noticed that. I like that. That's the Toy Biz one, right? But anyways, getting back to the car, it is manufactured from scratch. Absolutely love the creativity, 3D printing involved in this. And again, those are the 5 customs that I've picked for your vote. I know, guys, that I could have picked some other ones, and because we had so many amazing customs this week. Please vote. Please don't have a boo-boo face if your custom didn't make it. You know I go through hundreds. The shows keep on getting bigger. I'm going to have to cut off the time. We're nearing on, oh my gosh. Have we reached an hour? I hope not. I'd be embarrassed. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with me. Please share the video with a nerd friend. Give it a thumbs up if you like the content. See you in the next one. Peace.